2025 is the easiest year to start and grow a YouTube channel, and today I'm going to explain exactly how. My name is Brandon Martin. I've made over 4,000 YouTube videos in the past 12 years, generated over 1 billion views, millions of dollars in ad revenue, and even more money through businesses I've created with my YouTube success. And before I explain how you can do this, let me answer a couple of your questions I know you already have. Do you need an expensive camera setup? No. Is YouTube too oversaturated? No. Does the algorithm punish small channels? No. Does it take years to get big on YouTube? No. Isn't short-form content more important than long-form content? Definitely no. There's one thing you need to understand. YouTube is the single most powerful social media platform on the internet. It's number one for podcasts, for live streams, for long-form video, for short-form video. And if you're a content creator or a business, YouTube might be the highest ROI thing you ever do for your brand. YouTube creates the stickiest audiences, the strongest brands, and has the best conversion for businesses. So let me help you be successful with YouTube this year. The first thing you need to do is identify your niche. YouTube fundamentally rewards one basic thing, which is consistency. If you want to grow, you need to be consistent in a specific niche for long enough for the channel to grow. You'll never build an audience and grow a channel if you're constantly switching between different niches. Like if one video is about investing in the stock market and the next video is about Fortnite, that's just not gonna work. So to do this correctly, think about one thing that you're really good at, or one thing that you really love and you really want to create videos about. Or big thing here, the one thing that you have like a strategic advantage over other people with. Like for example, if you have an accounting degree, you probably know more about accounting than like 99% of people. So it would be very easy for you to make content about accounting that most people would find both new and extremely helpful. If you do this right, you're going to be making videos in this niche for 1 to 5 years. So you want to make sure to pick something that, again, you are good at, you know a lot about, or you're really passionate about. And if you're an existing business, this is super easy. You just make content about what your business is about. Next, you'll need to create your content pillars. Think of these as the foundation of your YouTube channel. Your niche is one of them. Others include your unique perspective, the goal of your channel, your editing style and storytelling formats. These pillars will guide every single piece of content that you make. Because once you understand your content pillars, you can take video ideas and essentially sift them through your pillars. The ones that align with your pillars are good ideas. The ones that don't align, you can toss. And don't worry, in this video, I'm going to go over how to get winning video ideas. But first, let me explain this. Okay, as one of your big content pillars, think about what is the goal of your YouTube channel. Do you want to build authority in a niche? Do you want to drive sales? Do you want to just be a big content creator? Do you want to grow and expand your brand past other platforms like Twitch or TikTok? Knowing this will inform the kind of videos that you should be making. For example, if you're trying to build authority or generate a bunch of leads for your business, you're going to want to make very, very value-packed videos. Videos that essentially explain how to do the thing that you're really good at doing in a way that's very helpful to other people and allows them to do it too. If you're trying to build a brand or just be a big content creator, you should be replicating viral formats in your own unique way. So basically knowing why you're doing YouTube is a really, really important thing to understand before you build out your strategy and start posting. Your unique perspective, this thing is really like important. It's essentially like the unique way that you see the world. It's the perspectives that you hold, the opinions that you have, and the way that you communicate them to your audience. Like, for example, if you think painting is the #1 way to relieve stress, or you think the greatest pathway to success and the most efficient pathway to success is hard, elbow to the grindstone work ethic. That's a unique perspective. Stoicism is a great example. It's like the philosopher's unique perspective of how to see the world and interact with it. You know, it's like, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond to what happens to you. That's the important thing. That's a unique perspective. I took the necklace off so that it doesn't rub against my mic. You're welcome. But I wear a necklace every day that is a stoic. It's like a Ryan Holiday thing. It's got, you could leave life right now. The concept of this is that you should do everything as if it were the last time that you were going to do it and treat things with the level of importance as if it were the last time. That's a unique perspective. Then you want to think about your video style relative to your channel goals. If you want to be a big creator, your channel should be very optimized for retention and for views and for performance. So fast edits, quick shots, storytelling. If you want to get more customers for your business, you should make slower videos showing and explaining exactly how to solve problems that your ideal customers have. And generally speaking, there are tons of different editing styles and video formats all across YouTube, and they all work depending on your brand. A couple of examples. Mr. Beast obviously has huge challenges with extremely high quality and fast editing with great storytelling throughout, and this is why he's the biggest creator and gets the most views. Ali Abdaal makes slightly slower and more relaxing videos with great animations that help visualize the topics and strategies he's talking about, which makes him an authority in the productivity niche, which helps sell his courses and his books and his products. Alex Hormozi does a ton of videos simply just talking to the camera, explaining sales and marketing concepts with a big piece of paper in front of him that he writes on, which also helps him build authority, but in the business niche. Then you've got Ryan Trahan, who's got a very quirky and simple editing style that allows his personality and unique perspective to shine through, which is why so many people love him and his videos and why he's created such a huge and dedicated audience over the past 2 years. All of these creators make videos based on their own content pillars, which is why their channels are successful and their brands are constantly growing and making more and more money for them every year. Fair warning though, this is the part of the process that most people tend to quit during because it is the most difficult and most strategic. So a big piece of advice I would give is that even when things feel like they're not working, you're testing different content pillars and editing strategies and styles and stuff's not working, do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Just stay consistent. Keep testing, keep posting, and after enough time goes by, you will figure it out and you will find success. And if instead you want to just breeze past this process and get through it quickly and efficiently and not waste any time, I'll leave a link in the description to my company Content Capital, where you can work directly with me on your YouTube channel to make an extra $10,000 to over $100,000 a month for your business. Last month, my content operation brought in about $92,000. This month, kind of slacking at about 70, and next month we should be over $120,000. All of it with YouTube. And one of the big things behind that success, the content pillars. So check out the website, apply if it sounds like something that you need, and I'll reach out if you do apply. Now let's talk about finding winning video ideas, and this is a lot easier than you think it might be. And truthfully, this is like the real sauce of success on YouTube. It's really all about the video ideas. Once you have your strategy, once you have your content pillars, you can have all of that, but if you don't have good video ideas, you're never gonna make videos that get views. And as someone who's been doing this successfully on YouTube for over 12 years, throughout every single algorithmic change the platform has had, I have some nuggets of wisdom for you. Nugget 1. Study. You just watch YouTube videos. It's literally that easy. Because here's the secret. YouTube is a small world. What works for one channel in one niche can and will usually work for a different channel in a completely different niche. So if you consume content all across the platform, you'll begin to understand what works. Then you'll want to deploy some tactical strategy. I use a program called vidIQ. Let me get out my laptop and show you how it works. Looking at the YouTube home screen, vidIQ does something that I use all the time. Do you see this little number underneath this Jordan Welch video, 3.3x? This means that compared to other videos on Jordan's channel, this one is performing 3.3 times better than all of his other videos. And this is really helpful because outlier videos on YouTube are winning videos. If a video becomes an outlier, it means there's something about the video that is working in the algorithm at the time that the video is uploaded. Whether that's the thumbnail title combo, whether that's the intro and the hook, it's the in-video editing, or if it's the topic of the video, there's something about it that's working. Also, here's a quick piece of advice for you. I'm directly on my YouTube homepage, right? You see 1, 2, 3 videos on the top, and then below it, you see a bunch of shorts. This is called YouTube real estate, and it's shrinking every single day, which means every single video you upload needs to be made strategically, otherwise it's not going to end up on people's homepage because there's not that much real estate to land on the homepage, and people, they're watching all sorts of different things, right? So like you need to make good videos for that to pop up on the homepage. So really think about crafting your content when you're uploading it and taking a lot of time and putting a lot of care and strategy into the thumbnail, title, and packaging, which hopefully today's video will help you do it. Definitely will. But here, let's look at Jordan's channel right now and we'll go to videos. As you can see, he's got, last video is 0.7x, 0.3x, 0.3x. So these videos, although they're performing really great compared to like, you know, a smaller YouTube channel, compared to other videos on his channel, they're not doing well. But what did do well was this. I took a stranger from broke to rich in 30 days. So you know, and I know, hey, that's a great concept. It's going from zero to hero. It's the hero's journey. And the thumbnail is beautiful. You know, you've got the kid in the middle. You've got the classic. This is a YouTube thumbnail format that has been used for years and years and years. Left side is like day one, right? The white all caps text in the top left, top right. Day one, showing the start of the journey. You know, you got a dirty house, his t-shirt's dirty and ripped, he's dirty, right? Day 30, you've got the end of the challenge, and you know, it took 30 days. Also, by the way, if you're gonna make videos that span over certain amounts of time, 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and 100 days in 1 year are the best ones to do. So he did 30 days here, which is a great challenge. He did a series, kind of like Ryan Trahan, which is very smart. And then here's the big payoff video at the end, and it performed very well. Other videos you can see on his channel, this one right here, surprising my dad with his dream car, 9X. You can see in the thumbnail, he's using really, really strong rule of thirds, where on this third of the thumbnail, it's the car. You see a big blue truck with the green trees in the background, that's strategic, and a red bow on top, very, very visually easy to see. The best colors on YouTube, red, blue, green, orange. His dad right here wearing the red shirt, he's on the right. So you've got 1, 2, 3, right? Rule of thirds. Same thing over here. Meet the 24-year-old that makes $300,000 a day. Great title. 3x performance. You've got Jordan on the left in a black shirt with the white house and floor in the background. You've got homie right here who's standing in the middle of 2 supercars, and the supercars are yellow and pink, which stands out against the white as well. So you have these like kind of these contrasting colors that really make the things that you need to focus on in the thumbnail pop, right? So that's like a great thumbnail. It's a great title. This right here, a 2.2x. Rule of thirds. 100 in the left, Jordan in the middle, 1 million on the right. It's broken into thirds. It's beautiful. And you can kind of see going through all of his catalog here, when things tend to work. You've got the 2.3x, 6.9x. These are good videos, and that is how you look at and find winning video ideas. You look at different YouTube channels, you look at different niches and different creators and see which videos of theirs are basically overperforming. These are called outlier videos. And then you take the concepts from that video, whether it's the thumbnail style or the title style or the in-video storytelling or the hook. You can take these concepts and create your own video using those strategies that you found on other people's outliers. Speaking of tools, that's what you're going to want to do next. Build out your toolkit. So things like camera equipment, software, editing services, stuff like that. The nice thing is you really don't need that much to be successful. If you're just starting out and you have literally $0 to invest into tech, you can make full quality videos using just your phone, nice lighting coming from a window, and free editing software like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve. Plus every single day there's like another AI tool that helps with editing or recording or color grading, and a lot of them have free trials, so just stay updated on that. You'll find something. Now, if you do have a bit more budget to put into this, if you're a successful creator on another platform, if you're an entrepreneur with some money, if you're an established business with a marketing budget, this is highly what I would recommend. 1, a camera. Right now I'm using a Sony FX3. All my cameras are Sony cameras. I use A7Ss. So whatever your budget and camera proficiency is, get a camera. You'll also want some sort of microphone. I've got a Sennheiser Lav. I also have a Shure mic as well. Lighting is very important, so buying some production lighting. Then I'd highly recommend outsourcing your editing and your thumbnail creation. Being able to pay for other people who are better than you to do these things will make a huge difference. I do not edit these videos, nor do I make the thumbnails for them. I know what I'm good at and what I'm okay at. I'm okay at editing, I'm okay at thumbnails, and if I really want to compete on YouTube against the millions of other videos that are uploaded per day, I need to outsource these things. And you absolutely should too. Either start now or aspire to do it as you build your success up, your channel grows, you make more money, use that money to outsource things like editing and thumbnail design. And if you need help finding editors, we do have a database inside Content Capital for all of our clients. Oh, and one thing with the thumbnails, if you want to make it yourself, you absolutely can. You can just use Canva. Canva honestly works great as a free thumbnail creator tool. I use Photoshop for a lot of my thumbnails. I still make a ton of them for my Mystic 7 Pokemon Go channel. You could probably spot the quality difference between the thumbnails I make and the professional thumbnails on this channel or the Mystic Rips channel, which I outsource. But thumbnails are as important as the actual video itself. So make sure that if you are choosing to make thumbnails, do a bunch of research on YouTube of how to make effective thumbnails and really do your best. Thumbnails will make or break your video. Now, let's talk about your posting strategy. You want to start by deciding how often you're going to post. If it's shorts, it should be every single day. If it's long form content, I would recommend around once a week. It's the perfect cadence to upload, especially if you're just starting out, and it gives you 4 chances per month to get an outlier video, and outlier videos grow YouTube channels. To make this easier, you're also going to want to think about repeatable formats. When someone subscribes to your channel, they do it because they like what they just watched, which means they're going to most likely want to watch it or some version of it again in the future. So if you figure out formats that you can make again and again and again, you can basically constantly give people what they're subscribing for and build an audience around that thing, become an authority around it, and grow a huge channel and brand. This also helps when making consistent videos, because instead of having to come up with a completely new, never seen or done before YouTube video idea every single time, which is really hard, you have a format, you have a template, and you can pump videos out and focus your time and energy on things like thumbnail, title, storytelling, editing, rather than putting all of your time into thinking about what's the perfect, craziest video idea. Because if you look across YouTube, most successful creators do not have the most nuanced, newest video ideas. It's all versions of each other. Even Mr. Beast, he does like cheap versus expensive, like that's been around since before YouTube, So give yourself an upload schedule, then stick with it. If it's once a week, make sure you post once a week no matter what. Even if your thumbnail sucks and your title sucks or your video editing sucks, who cares? Just get the videos out. They will improve and you will improve over time. And I promise you, you will be successful on YouTube if you keep uploading. 12 years, I've never seen someone fail who kept uploading. The only real posting strategy that you need is consistency. And speaking of consistency, next you're going to want to build consistency systems for yourself. These will help keep you uploading while streamlining your content creation process. And I use all of these systems for efficiency, by the way, for myself in my business across all of my channels. I post 8 videos and 30 shorts per month on the Mystic Rips channel, 4 to 8 videos and 30 shorts per month on the Mystic 7 channel, 4 videos and 30 shorts per month on this channel, and 4 videos per month on another business channel I have. Plus, I work with clients and other creators to help scale their businesses and brands using YouTube. I have a beautiful girlfriend and 3 cats. I travel the world. I do a lot of things. And they're only possible because I've built these systems out and these scalable systems out over 12 years of YouTube. And a big one is just a realistic upload cadence. It's easy to give yourself a goal of 1 video per week, but if you find that goal crushing you and instead of doing a video a week, you just don't upload for the entire month because you couldn't get the goal and it broke your mindset and now you're unmotivated and kind of collapsed and you don't want to think about it anymore, that's working against yourself. You also need batching. This is basically doing a bunch of the same task in one single sitting. So for example, today I sat down for a couple of hours and I scripted this video, I scripted a video for my other channel, I scripted 3 ads I have to shoot, and I scripted out for a Pokemon Go video, all in one sitting. And you do this because psychologically it is much more efficient for you to focus on one kind of task for a certain amount of time rather than jumping between different tasks. If you do that, you kind of lose a lot of efficiency and a lot of your day in between the tasks because it takes your brain way more power to switch tasks than to just jump to another task of the same kind. So instead of scripting a video and then recording it and then scripting another video and recording it, I'm sitting down right now. I'm going to shoot this video, I'm going to shoot a Pokemon Go video, and I'm going to shoot 3 ads for my Pokemon card channel all in the same sitting because I am in the recording mindset. And to take myself out of that requires a lot of energy, it requires a lot of shift, and it takes time to do, and I do not want to waste. So batching is very helpful. Script all your videos on one day, shoot them all on the next, edit them all over the next 2 days, make all the thumbnails and titles on the other day, and that's what? 5 days and you can have a month's worth of content. It's how I run all these channels. Now, let's talk about one of the most important things, building community. Community is what's going to make you invincible against the ever-changing YouTube algorithm. It's what's going to sell your products or services, grow your channel, and keep you relevant for years and years and years. And it's actually not that hard to do. The main things: value, consistency, engagement, and memes. Value is simple, and you should be doing it either way. Whenever you upload, think about how is this video providing value to your community and viewers. Like if you're a channel that talks about crypto, every single video that you upload should bring value to your viewers around the topic of crypto. If you do that, a new viewer is much more likely to watch a second video. And after they watch enough videos, they'll keep coming back again and again until they're a dedicated community member that rides or dies for you, buys your stuff, and supports you because you bring them value. Consistency, also very simple. In order to create community members, you need to constantly put out content for them to show up to, which completely depends on your strategy and your upload schedule, once a month, once a week, once a day, whatever you can handle. But make sure that you're doing it on kind of a consistent schedule. For example, this channel, I try my hardest. Sometimes I fail. I don't know if this video went up on Saturday, but I try to upload once a week on Saturday on this channel specifically. Again, I fail in this a lot. Engagement is basically engaging with your viewers however you can. So that's reading and replying to comments, or hearting and liking comments, taking video ideas from your comments and doing them, asking questions in your comments that are answered in future videos, or even just showing comments pop up on the screen from people who are commenting and like saying nice things. Just any way to show your community that you're listening to and engaging with them. Then memes. Think of these as like inside jokes between you and your community. Now, once you establish the foundation of your channel, begin posting and start gaining some traction, it's time to read your data. YouTube gives you a truckload of data. Most of it you either don't need or you only need in certain specific scenarios, like your viewer demographics. Like you kind of only need that if you're creating a product and you want to study your users, or you're working with a brand for a brand deal and they're asking about demographics. So what should you focus on? 3 things: CTR, AVD, and retention graphs, which are technically AVD. CTR is your click-through rate, which basically shows out of everybody that saw your video on YouTube, how many actually clicked on it. So basically, how good is your thumbnail and title? And this is very important. Mr. Beast once said, if they don't click, they don't watch, and that's true. You need to focus on CTR and improve it constantly. Good CTR tends to lie between 5 and 15%. Basically, if you see this stat low and your videos are underperforming, it means you need to improve your thumbnail and title packaging. And you can do this strategically through A/B testing, which we'll talk about. Next is your AVD, or your average view duration. So when someone clicks, how much of the video do they actually watch through? For this, you're gonna wanna aim for between 40 to 60%. If you get over 70, you're a monster. And your AVD is also influenced by your click-through rate. Basically, if you clickbait someone with your thumbnail and title, your AVD is gonna go down because you lied about what they were about to watch. So to have a good AVD, it's very important in your thumbnail and title to communicate exactly what the viewer is going to watch. So when they click it, they get what they expected and what they wanted, and they watch all the way through. Also, it's very important that your hook and that your value delivery and that your storytelling is good throughout the video, which brings your AVD up. If you go back and watch the beginning of this video, I tried really hard to get good AVD and a good hook in the first 60 seconds. I gave an interesting hook, I gave a bunch of proof, I addressed concerns you probably are having, which is something the best creators do. Start the video as fast as possible. Get into it as quickly as you can. When you have drop off in your average view duration, it typically happens in the first 60 seconds. So if you jam the first 60 seconds full of interesting things and value and get right into the video, you're gonna prevent drop off and raise your AVD. And then your retention graphs basically just show you exactly where people are choosing to drop off in your video. So a strategic thing to do is look at your retention graph on a video, look at where the retention dipped, had a larger dip of a couple points of percentage or some big percentage. Go to your video and see at that timestamp, what did you do? What did you do that people didn't like? And don't do that in the future. And to grow your YouTube and really experience success on the platform, whether success for you means higher monthly income or more sales for your business or just a bigger and better brand, you have to master the things that influence these two stats, CTR and AVD. And that kind of comes down to thumbnails, titles, storytelling, and hooks. And again, these things can take months to years to master, especially with today's competitive landscape. So if you want my help doing this for your channel, again, link in the description. Okay, now let's talk about A/B testing, which is extremely important. To do this, I'm gonna show you my TubeBuddy account behind my Mystic Rips and or Mystic 7 YouTube channel. This is under the hood of over 3 million subs worth of A/B testing. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Okay, so this is TubeBuddy, which is an A/B testing platform. You can do A/B tests natively on YouTube now. I choose to use TubeBuddy because they just show more data. So if you go into the A/B test for the Mystic 7 channel, here's kind of like back end of what this looks like. So right now, I currently started an A/B test today, which is these two different thumbnail variations. So I can click in on this A/B test, and as you can see, we've got this thumbnail, which has these two screenshots on the left, and this thumbnail, which has no screenshots on the left. And this is what's called macro micro testing, although this is sort of a micro change. But basically when you A/B test, you want a macro. So you want to have two very, very different titles or very, very different thumbnails. And then you take the winner and then you either macro test it again or you micro test it. I'll show you examples. So this is my Notion I use Notion for a lot of my stuff. So as you can see, I've got some title tests lined up for this. So we've got I caught the most expensive Pokemon ever released, testing it against I spent 50,000 Pokecoins to catch this Pokemon. This is a macro test, right? These are macro differences between the two titles. And then the second test is I caught the $400 scam Pokemon, or I caught the most expensive Pokemon ever released, 50,000 Pokecoins. So this title right here and this title right here are micro changes. So it's like very, very small changes, just adding the 50,000 Pokecoins. And then I have another test here, and then I've got a bunch of other ideas that didn't come through, doing the same thing with the thumbnail. Obviously, you know, this is like kind of my macro test, which is like this one versus this one. So these two screenshots on the side, do they take away? Do they add to it? Like, do people click more? And then I have these as well, which is like a micro background test. As you can see, the backgrounds behind me are different across these two. So those are macro micros. So that's an example there. This is another great macro one that I keep testing, and it's honestly not that big of a difference, which is kind of frustrating. But as you can see, we've got this thumbnail of me standing in the middle of somewhere saying you've been banned, and then this thumbnail, which is like more realistic. So we've got like, like a Pokemon Go gameplay map version and like a real life sneaking around version of the thumbnail. This is like a title one right here. Obviously the CTR is kind of low for this. This video underperformed, which was sad. But as you can see, I special traded 100 of the rarest shiny Pokemon versus I traded 100 of the rare shiny Pokemon. This one won by like barely anything, but that's A/B testing. Sometimes there'll be very big differences, sometimes they'll be very small. This one was a bigger difference right here. As you can see, this was 5.04%, 5.81%, which is pretty significant. So that's A/B testing, and you can do it on TubeBuddy with titles and with thumbnails. It's really important to A/B test because, again, YouTube real estate is getting smaller and smaller, so every single video needs to count for more when you upload it. So making as many different thumbnail variations as you can is very important, and as many different title variations as you can. Obviously, titles are much easier because thumbnails are hard to make. So make a bunch of variations and A/B test them. And again, do macro, micro. So make big changes first, little changes second. Okay, here's the fun part of the video, how to make smart money. Because here's the deal, if you're a content creator or a business or an entrepreneur, you know that you need to make money, not only to pay your bills, but to improve your content, to expand your team, and to overall grow your brand. And listen, YouTube is a monster when it comes to monetization. It is the best platform to monetize on out of all of the other ones. It has the highest ad revenue, it has the highest paying brand deals, it has the best conversion to business. If you're a creator, a content creator, views are kind of the most important thing for you. The more views you get and the longer and more engaging your videos are, the more money you make from ad revenue. Like you can see right here, my main channel has made about $170,000 off of views this year. Views also mean bigger checks for brand deals, which are the best way to make money and how you make the most money as a YouTuber or on social media is brand deals. And how they work basically is the more views per video that you get on average, the more you can charge for a brand deal. Typically a brand will give you anywhere between $15 to $30 CPMs. So for every 1,000 views you get on average, you'll get paid $15 to $30, which means, let's say you get around 10,000 views per video, you can charge around $250 for an integration, which is basically a 60 to 90 second ad of you promoting a product in the middle of your video. And as a creator, you can also launch your own product. Basically think about your niche, your audience, and what do they need? What do they like? What do they want? Like if you make videos about AI, you can do like some sort of AI automation template package and sell that for like $100, $200. Or if you're a golf creator, you can make your own custom clubs or balls. But just remember, as a content creator, it's very simple. More views equals more money, which isn't quite the case for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, it either means you have a small business or you're a startup, like a software company or a consulting company. For you, it's not really about the views, but the right views. You want to make videos that target specifically your ICP or your ideal customer profile. Basically, your whole goal is to make YouTube videos that bring value to the customers that your business or your service or whatever you sell or do needs. And by doing this correctly, you can bring in so much business and make millions of dollars without having to run any paid ads. There's so many creators and businesses using YouTube to leverage this. I use YouTube to leverage this. And every day there are more and more and more entrepreneurs becoming millionaires just using YouTube as organic marketing for their business. And for businesses, it kind of depends. You basically want brand exposure and more product sales or more customers for your business, right? So you just want more people to know about the thing. And the nice thing with YouTube is that they do have a Shopify integration where you can link your products on your YouTube shelf and sell directly from your YouTube channel. So that's great if you have a product-based business, if you're a service-based business, word of mouth, and basically just exposure is kind of the name of the game there. So for you, it's most likely a mix of two different strategies, wide and narrow. You want to become an authority in the same niche as your company. So for example, if you sell car washing services, you want to make the best car washing content on YouTube. And you want these videos to bring both value and entertainment. So a video like the quickest way to wash your car, which is pure value and it attracts people who are looking to wash their cars. Or a virally formatted challenge video like I washed 10 supercars in 10 hours. By doing this, you're going to be wide enough to go viral and attract people who might want their car washed, are interested, or just want to watch a video about car washes, and narrow enough to still attract potential customers and clients, all while promoting your business in the perfect content flywheel. And I do a version of this on my other channel, Mystic Rips, where basically I open Pokemon card packs, I take the cards from the video, I resell them on our Whatnot, which converts people from YouTube over to our Whatnot to sell cards and get referrals, and so goes the content flywheel. To make the most amount of money possible on YouTube, creators should optimize for views, entrepreneurs should optimize for niche value, and businesses should do a version of both. And now you're ready to crush it on YouTube in 2025. See you in the next video.